Jules here with Beanie.
Hello.
And welcome back to another episode of the Monday Night Wah, set on the one and only Brobna. And Beanie is finally back from Japan. Now, you on the channel watching this won't have even noticed that he's gone because we are so good with our content creation that we didn't even miss a week. It nearly killed us filming all of this.
Yes, it really did.
But speaking of killing, today we are going to do some boarding actions aboard the Gulodank, and we are playing a mission from this white dwarf over here. The, what is it called? The Backbreaker Assault?
The Backbreaker Assault from issue 485.
Oh, very nice, very vintage. Now, normally we would be playing using the Arks of Omen books or a mission from there, but we don't get sent them thanks to some cheeky leakers.
Thanks,
so
leakers.
If you are watching this and you've leaked some content of that, so here we are aboard the Gulodank. Look at that mixture of lovely painted stuff by Crazy Doug and horrible painted stuff by yours truly.
Oh, they look lovely, mate.
Oh, it's just nowhere near as good as this stuff here. And I've run out of connecting tiles over here, so you may see a few bits, but that kind of works in the grand scheme of things because the Gulodank is slowly falling apart. It has been brought down by the weight of all the destruction taking aboard its slimy and horrible hallways. Now, today we're playing the Backbreaker Assault. And there are 4 objectives in play at the moment, 2 of which have been labelled as Alpha and 2 as Omega. Now, you get 5 points for holding 1 objective at the beginning of your command phase, 10 for holding 2 or more, and 15 if you hold more than your opponent. And you'll get a bonus 10, I believe, at the beginning of your command phase from turn 2 onwards if you control both, either the Alpha or Omega variants.
What if you control all 4? Do you get 20?
I would say so. If it doesn't say it in the book, then we're going to instigate that rule, baby!
Yeah, as long as it's not the first battle round, it doesn't say you can't.
Bonus round, multi-ball! But there are a few extra bits as well, because the attacker will be arriving... Oh yes, on the boarding pods, that's right. They can deploy anywhere along these 2 edges over here, but the defender has prepared somewhat for their arrival because the defender gets turn 1 no matter what in this. So what we're going to do is we're going to introduce you to our boarding parties, and then we are going to roll to see who's attacker and defender. So here we are with my boarding party, my boarding patrol, who are led by the one and only Snickrot. Yes, that's right. We decided to do Tau versus Orks using both the new boarding patrol boxes that GW launched. Now, we have done a few twists to them because we found out that just using the models straight from those boxes, it only came in at 450 points and 470 points respectively. So we switched 1 unit out.
No, it's 430 for me.
430? Jeepers creepers, mate. But either way, Snickrot is leading the charge here, and because I'd love to use some special Orky rules from the Farsight Arks of Omen book, which we don't have, we're just going with the basic one. So we use the, was it Master Boarder?
Breacher Expert.
There we go, I always get it wrong.
The guy who can boot through doors.
Yeah, the big boot, the test big boot, roided up big boot there. So he's got his lovely Teeth of Gork, which are 6 attack, strength 6, -2 damage. Ooh,
ouchie, wow.
But he's not a warlord, so that means, or war boss, so it means he can't actually call the war, which is a bit boo-earns for me. But still, I'll make do with what I've got, seeing as he is a not red commando, he is a blood axe, which means that all commandos and he get a lovely little ability, which is if we're more than 6 inches away from you in boarding actions, I get count as being in light cover. Which is very nice indeed, yes. And supporting him, I've got 10 of the finest commandos headed up by a big boss with a power claw. I've also got a distraction grot and a bomb squig over there. And they've got things like rocket launchers and the burner in their group as well. Doubling up, I've got the exact same, but they are unpainted. So Beanie, please commence the gagging noises here.
Boo!
Unpainted,
Sicken me.
uncleaned. But for the first time ever, I am also going to be running, unpainted, please do the gagging noises again. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm running flash kits for the first time ever. I've never had these models, and I know that you can barely see them at home because of how little paint is on them, but trust me, they are there, and hopefully they'll be making some big waves with their huge snaz guns.
We decided they're noir, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's it. I'm going for a specific colour scheme with them. They're that sneaky. That's what it is. So that is 500 points on the nose.
Well played.
Now let's go and see what Beanie is bringing to the table. Oh me, oh my, that is a big red guy. What do you bring to the table, Bean?
So I am bringing a only slightly painted Farsight. Yeah, so I got back from Japan a few days ago, so I've only been able to put the red on him so far. But he is my warlord. He will also be the expert breacher because I can't give him one of the new ones because we don't have the book.
You may notice a theme here, guys.
Yes, it is. It's a bitter theme. Yes, so he's going to be leading the charge. Because of the mustering board action rules, he only gets 3 attacks instead of his customary 5, which I don't quite understand.
Yeah, that's
and he
weird.
can't fly.
Yeah, that is
But
very
that's
odd.
fine. We will go forward, and his trees will beat you up that he has on his base.
Nice.
Right, on his right, I have a squad of breachers. It is a 10-man squad of breachers. They'll be split into 2 squads of 5. They are bringing their lovely little shotties of pulse pain, and they will be, hopefully, just wrecking face of yours.
Yep, fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah, that's how they go. And behind them is 10 Kroot carnivores.
Ooh, baby.
Again, not to harp on about the lack of book, but a third of the stratagems are dedicated to the Kroot that would have been nice to play with today, but here we are.
And then we've got the crisis suits as well,
Yes,
which have had also a weird bit of a nerf because they don't count as having the fly keyword,
All
do they?
manta strikes, so they can't just appear wherever the hell they like or any of
that
that.
is- yeah,
And they are nearly WYSIWYG,
Yep.
but the thing that they're not showing today is that the fusion blasters they've got on them are actually flamers.
It
today.
makes a lot of sense. When you're coming up against Orks, you need to get that flamey justice. Flamey-o, my friend.
Yes, the
Flame on.
flamey-o.
So there it is, 500 points again.
Exactamundo.
Oh, beautiful stuff. So we're drawing at the moment, so there can only be victory decided by the battle ahead. So we're going to roll to see who's attacker, who's defender, and get cracking some skulls. So while Beanie has gone to the toilet to, in his own words, pray to the old gods and the new, I have decided to take it upon myself to tell you how our deployment has gone. And as you can see, there is a big clump of Tau here that I'm very, very worried about. Commander Farsight and his crisis bodyguards have stood firm over here next to the crystal, powering them up as he knows that there are Orks slinking aboard his precious ship. He's supported by some carnivores and a breacher squad, and they are hopefully going to receive a bit of firepower from the snaz guns of the flash gits who are going to board from this side of the table. Over here we've got some commandos ready to push forward behind that reactor over to objective number 4, which is, as I said, an alpha objective. And they are supported on the other side by 3 more blobs of commandos, one with Snickrot. I figured that the best way to show you guys these new models is to get them into combat as quickly as possible. So fingers crossed, we can kick open that door, we can start ruining their day, or probably just getting absolutely decimated by the flamers. But still, that is the deployment, and Beanie will get the first turn. So here we are after both the pre-game move, the command phase, and the movement phase of Beanie turn 1. We've basically moved the Kroot from here with their pre-game move, and they are amassing to take down the flash gits over here. You can imagine that the boarding pod smashed into the walls, and the Kroot responded with their, like, sniffing the air and then charging, scuttling through the hallways. Over here, the breachers have ended their move next to this door and completed the open hatchway action, because I'm assuming they want to go for that objective over there. And Farsight has boldly led the charge, kicking open the door inversely somehow with his big boot, and has stormed forward to threaten Snickrot and the boys over here. Supported by his crisis bodyguards, 2 of which should be in range to see down at the boys over there with their flamers and other nastiness. Over here, the other breachers have secured this objective, which is a Omega variant over here. So that means that Beanie will hopefully have quite a lot of board control if he can stem the threat of these flash kits over here.
Oh, yes.
Not bad at all.
Oh, and Overwatch.
Oh, and you put them on Overwatch as signified by the yellow gummy dice over there. And Commander Farsight also issued an order to these guys, meaning that they can shoot and charge in a turn that they fell back, and there's no minuses or penalties to hit.
Yeah.
So that's not bad at all. Coolage! Good movement phase. Time for the shooting phase, and where do you want to start?
We'll start with the Kroot.
Yeah, 10 shots with the Kroot rifle. Now they hit on 3s.
Well, they're rapid fire 1s.
Okay, so
it's
20
it's going
shots.
to be 20 shots. No, they hit on 4s.
Hit on 4s, they're strength 4. Minuses on these?
No
one?
minus. So
Okay.
they're basically like current day bolters.
Fair enough, okay.
So we're going to
cool.
do them in batches of 10 because there's technically 2
Sure,
squads.
that makes sense. Cool. Right, so they're going into the flashiest of gits over here, hitting on the 4s. A nice roll, being the first roll back after 3 weeks. How did it feel?
It was delicious.
It was delightful. We've only gone 5s. We get 3 wounds. That's not bad in the slightest. No AP, so
Nope,
it's going
so
to be
4 ups.
4 ups on the flashiest of gits right in front of them. And he makes all 3 of them.
Oh, it's
Okay.
good to see you back, Jules. Good to see you back.
Hey man, that's my present to you. So then it's the other 10 shots coming in. Pachoo.
Not quite as
Not
delicious.
as good.
They hit twice.
Faith is shaken a little bit by that, and they wound once. Will they wound him? They do get a wound through on the guy that they can see there, so it has to be done on a model that they can actually see, so it's that guy there. So, that's the shooting from the Kroot done.
Yes.
No shooting over there because they're outside of range, plus they went onto Overwatch. These guys open the hatchway, there's no one to shoot at. Farsight, what weapons has he got?
So he's got a very nice plasma gun, but he's not firing first. I'm going to shoot with the Crisis into them.
Sure. Are you sure you want to shoot with them first? Because remember, if I move models out of the way, you can only target... These don't count as models in the unit, the bomb grot and that. If I move models out, you won't be able to target anyone. You can basically only kill one model from my unit with this flamer. I should probably move these out of the way to stop the confusion. Damn you, GW, for making these.
Hang on.
Measure up, bro, measure up. So Farsight is going to be shooting first to try and pick off this model, because remember in boarding actions you can only kill the models you can see, and then that means that these guys here can shoot down the line a little bit further and target these models and potentially snick right over there. So Farsight with his super blaster gun.
Yeah, so it's a lovely plasma gun, has 2 shots hitting on 2s.
Ooh, that hurts.
Okay, wounded on 3s.
Oh dear me.
-4.
Okay, so even with the +3 to my save or whatever for being 6 inches away, oh daddy-o,
yeah.
He is very dead over there. Nasty. And then it's time for the Crisis bodyguard suits, who can see this guy. They are out of range for the flamers now.
Are they? It's 12
are
inch,
they?
It's
Are
12 inch
they?
range, isn't it?
Who can he see?
Oh, it would only be for Snickrot then.
Okay, yep, so this one guy is going to fire into Snickrots.
He is.
Might as well do the damage if you can do it, mate.
Yep. So he's going to put all of his guns into Snickrot, and the
Makes
other
sense.
guy's going to put all of his guns
Into the remaining 2 guys.
But
Yep.
his flamer doesn't hit them.
Gotcha, I'm with you. Boarding
Okay.
actions. Okay, so let's
so
do
we
the
can
guy
do
get Snickrot first.
Yeah, guy into Snickrot, so D6 + 2 flames.
Ooh, very nice indeed.
So 5, 7.
What strength are these?
4. So it's going to be 5
Fives.
wounds.
Okay.
And I can re-roll 1 because that's part of the Farsight
Oh,
Enclave,
yeah, sure.
which I should have remembered with them.
So 3 wounds coming in. AP
4
on this?
wounds.
Oh, 4 wounds, sorry.
No AP.
So because of he's 6 inches away. Oh wait, you don't count as me being in
They've
cover, do you?
they've got target lock, so you don't get light cover
Cool.
against them.
So this will be just on his 5-up dead hard one then. So he makes 1, fails 3, so he's taken 3 wounds already. Not good.
Now he's going to take 2 missile pods to the face.
Yep. Okay.
And he
both
misses
miss.
both of them.
Yep.
And now it's going to be 1 shot of the plasma, which will be re-rolling 1s because of Farsight.
Cool, okay. It's a big hit.
Wounded on 3s.
It's no wound, no
I'm
batter.
going to CP that.
Okay, so he's using his 1 CP for a big wound.
-4.
So 5-up dead hard. Oh, I'm going to use my
damage.
CP here because otherwise he's dead turn 1. Oh, he's dead turn 1. Yes! Oh, mate, new model syndrome. He's been picked off. Oh, that is.
I've been gone for 3 weeks and now I'm still the powerhouse.
Oh, that's tragic, that is.
Yeah,
I didn't even get to use him.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay, it's fine.
I did not expect it to go that successfully. Right, and now it's the other
Guy into the other 2 guys that
Okay,
you
so
can see
it's
down
2
here.
missile pods. Misses with both.
Okay.
And now his plasma,
Which
hits.
does hit.
And now on a 3.
It does wound.
-4.
No save again,
Nope.
because even with that, you get the target lock. So that is 2 of the guys down there, and Snickrot has gone with them. He steps out, he just goes, I'm the stealthiest orc around. And just gets his face absolutely obliterated there. Oh dear, that's going to cause some morale issues later on for the boys. But still, there is potential over here for you to do even more damage to the army with the Kroot coming in against the Flash Git, because it is the charge phase.
It is. So first thing we're going to charge is Farsight into them.
Into the blob there. Okay, fair enough. So what does he need to get in?
I don't know. I'm just going to roll and see.
Fair enough. It's
Possibly.
maybe. Yeah, it's, I would say that that's probably it.
So,
Oh, no, it's not.
so if we go...
Because you have to be able to charge at the model you can see. And it's definitely outside of 8. You're going to have to re-roll.
Is it worth it?
I mean, how many wounds does he have?
7.
I don't think I'll be able to do 7 wounds against him, unless I'm really lucky. Maybe I can get a bomb into his face. Oh, you've used your CP anyway for the re-roll. Oh, you've got 1, you start with 1 and you generate 1, don't you?
Yes, I've got 1 CP.
Okay, is it worth it here?
No.
Okay,
No, I don't think
hold
it
on
is.
to it.
I think he can probably stand there and look cute.
You've done enough damage to that section of the board already.
Okay, so the first squad...
Oh yeah, the
this
Kroot
one.
going in, yep. So 5, they
5.
are definitely in there.
yeah, so they're going to move more over this way.
Sure thing.
It's cozy.
You can't move terrain out of the way just because it doesn't suit you. What is this? Yeah, fair enough. Okay, right, so they're in there, so they'll get 2 attacks, and then they are definitely in there as well with a 9. Okay, so they can all go in. So if we go on to the, it's an inch with an inch, so these 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 can attack over here.
Can, I believe they have 2 attacks each.
Oh, that's pretty spicy.
But I will double check that because that seems quite brutal.
Okay, so all of these will be hitting on 3s into the flash gits. Oh, nice. That was pretty spice. And then what strength is this?
4.
Okay, so 5 to wound. That's a fair amount of wounds. 3,
on the rock.
4 wounds.
Yep, 4 wounds, and this is at -1.
Okay, so this will be 4 5-ups then for the flash gits. Ugh. They make 1, fail 3, so that's going to kill that guy and that guy there. Not bad at all, Benio.
Excelente.
So then I will push up.
Punch the faces.
Let's do it, boys. Okay, so it's 3 attacks per guy, and only the captain has a chopper, so I'll have to roll him separately. So I'll roll the 2 guys at the front, hitting on the 3s. Oh, wow, boys, you are really shaken by Snickrot's loss. Okay, fair enough. And then you're going to wound on the 3s, so your strength 5. 2 big wounds, no minuses on this one.
So 6 ups.
Okay, so 2 dead, and then the Capitan gets to attack with his chopper.
Oh no, you're not allowed to take from the back. Are you in?
It's got to go. Well, yeah, I think that it's slightly confusing with the.
So, oh yeah, which squad were you hitting, lefty or
right?
righty?
I forget that they're. I'll do them all into one squad. It makes sense to just do that.
Okay, so these 2 are going to go.
And then the El Capitan is also going into that squad on the left as well. So he's hitting on 3s. He hits twice. He's going to wound
on 3s.
On 3s again. 2 big wounds, -1.
So they're dead.
Okay, so another 2. So that is a squad wiped by that. Oh no, there's one
guy
guy
left.
One guy over there. So the flash gits are punching back, but they have lost 2 for the privilege. So that is it in terms of the fighting. Morale phase. I've got to take some. You've got to take some. So why don't you roll for your Cruty boy who's over there? He is
probably.
That's me saying passed and failed at the same time. So you've got a 4. I'll roll mine as well for the flash gits. A 4.
Oh, absolutely. They have a leadership of 6. So,
okay, so he's gone. I think that the flash gits have a higher leadership. I'm just going to double check on this one here. So I've passed with the flash gits there because they have a leadership of 7, as do the commandos over here. Will I pass that one? I do, just because I've lost 2. Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, boys, calm down. Okay, so that was a pretty devastating turn 1 for you.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, like.
Oh dear me, I'm reeling, mate. So I guess we're going to go to my turn. I'm going to try and figure out how I'm going to counterattack. So here we are after my movement, and I've tried to basically fight a lot of fires here from this big red bastard over there. So what I've done is I've moved 1 group of commandos around the corner here. They have the bomb grot and the distraction, sorry, the bomb squig and the distraction grot. They're going to hopefully charge in, mince him if they can, and they're supported by these guys over here who moved forward and have ended their turn by using the action to open up that hatchway over there. Over here, the flash gits are staying in combat because they're going to be supported by this group of commandos that is hammering its way down the hallway to try and make sure that their friends with the biggest guns stay alive for another turn. Over here, the commandos advanced out of their boarding pod and they've ended their turn up against the hatchway over there. You can't do the action of like trying to open it immediately, but they are there and they're going to be putting pressure onto those breaches on the other side. Yeah, you can, they're just like slamming on the door and the breaches are like, Okay, so I breached my pants. So what we're going to be doing now is moving into the shooting phase. We're going to just chuck a load of incidental fire from this group over here, and then the rocket launcher from this guy and 1 other slugger over there. So I'll roll for the rocket launcher. The other ones I'll roll off camera because they are, as I said, incidental. So 1 rocket launcher. It does not hit. Classic. Okay.
Oh, delicious.
And the incidental fire looks like... What a surprise, they did nothing whatsoever. End of my shooting phase, it was short and unsweet, some would say bitter. But bitter please, because we are about to go into a fight over here. So it is time for the charge phase. Going to charge these guys into Snickrot. And, oh wait, no, there is actually one more. Sorry, there is, sorry, yeah, I know. His memory haunts me, mate. There is actually 1 more shooting attack to do with this guy. They can unleash the bomb grots.
Well, actually, you moved on to the next shooting phase.
Well, I did.
I lie.
Let's see if the bomb grot actually hits. Oh my God! It's on a 2 up. You absolute joker. I'm gonna re-roll this because I need to.
Is it one of the ones you can re-roll?
No, you know what? I don't think that it can.
Don't think it is.
So you have just like run straight past and gone off. I could have used the D3 wounds there,
Yeah, you
mate. I
could have.
really could have. So that's the end of my shooting phase now, and it definitely was bitter.
Very orky of you.
Right, okay, so let's see if I've got the Orky swing, though, by doing some charging, dedicating a charge from these guys into here. Let's see if they can get in. Probably not.
Not with a 5.
Is it time for an here we go?
It's time
What
for
do they
an
actually
here we
need?
go.
What do they actually need?
I think it's like a 7.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's it. There they go.
Okay, so they are in there. Thank you, Beanie. We're going to do a charge from these guys into Farsight.
Right into his bum cheeks.
Hey.
Absolutely.
And we're going to do a charge from these guys into Farsight as well. Hey. Okay.
Oh, Farsight.
So let's get surrounding this big boy. So a lot of discussion has been happening off camera
tons.
because there's a lot of dice that I could potentially roll. This is for Group 1 that is charged in over here. This is for Group 2 with the Breacher Ram and the Power Claw. But here's the problem. The Distraction Grot, which would grant me the +1 to wound, is only going to affect these guys over here and not these guys around there. And I kind of need Farsight to die, but he has 2 CP to spend to interrupt, and he could kill everyone around here. So it's a toughie. It's a toughie. I'm going to go with the more damaging weapons just to throw caution to the wind, as is the Orky way. So we're going to start with the humble chopper from this guy over here. So he's going to be hitting you on 3s. He hits you once.
Lovely.
And then he's going to be wounding you on 5s, I believe.
Wouldn't it be 4s because this is the group?
Oh yeah,
with the,
sorry.
distraction.
Yeah, the group.
That's still a 2.
Yeah, still a 2. So the distraction grot has gone. I'm popping him off at the beginning of the
And what
battle.
does he do?
He basically adds a +1 to
There.
wound, counts as if you are within 1 inch of a hatchway, which is a rule that benefits all of my commandos over here. So then it goes on to the Power Clower. Now this is going to be hitting on 4s. Oh dear me, boys. Only 1 hit, wounding on 2s. It does wound.
-3.
-3.
Or 2. But it's going to be a 4-up invul.
It will be indeed. Okay, so there's the first 2 damage done to him.
Okay, 2 damage through.
And then the Breacher Ram will be coming in. Hits once, fails to hit the other one. Is it worth me re-rolling this? I'm going to CP this one. Oh dear, boys, come on. And then it's going to be wounding on 2s again. It is another big wound. -2 on this one here.
Okay, 4-up.
Okay, so he does another 2 wounds to him. So actually, that's not bad in the grand scheme of things.
So now he's going to pay to interrupt.
Yes, he is. So he's on 3 wounds, and is he going to do the big sweeping attack on the guys behind him?
Yeah, he's going to do the sweeping attack.
Sure thing.
It gives him 6 attacks because for some reason they limit the number of attacks Farsight gets in combat, and he's the only unit that gets that.
Very strange, that. Okay,
So hitting on 2s.
here we go. Nice.
Wounding on 3s.
Okay, so how much minus is this?
-2, so they won't get a save.
And how many die? 4.
4.
Okay, so 4 of them are gone, leaving 1 remaining. Who will now get to make his attacks, because he has been shaken, but he is not giving up.
Has he been shaken but not stirred?
Yeah, very much so. So he gets his 2 attacks back. God, I missed the wah right now. And he hits you both times, but he will be wounding you on 5s. So
5s, yeah.
2 big wounds, -1.
Okay, so 4s. Make one
Another
fail
wound,
one,
so he's
so
down,
down
to
to
2.
2.
Okay, so you know what? All things considered, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
I'm hoping morale is going to make them poo-poo and pee-pee their pants.
Yes, he didn't lose anything on that side, but this guy definitely did lose some. So, we've still got another fight over here.
Yes,
Now I'm going to
defend a fight.
I
you
charged
get to fight,
in,
you get to
so-
fight with them, and then I get to fight with my any remaining troops first.
Right, so we're going to consolidate and be back with the results. Kind of looks a bit like that. The carnivores did put up a bit of a fight, and the Flashgits had to punch the head off one of them just to make sure that they could clear the way. But all of the Kroot have now been removed from the Gulo
Bye-bye.
Dank, so that means that we can now push forward and hopefully secure some of these tasty points. It is it's a morale over here.
Okay, so you lost 4.
I have definitely run with that guy there. There's no way that I can save him, because that is a 10. So that means that one of my units of commandos is completely gone. So, with that in mind, that is the end of my turn. Not as much of a pushback as I would like, because Farsight is definitely still very much alive, and I'm pretty sure these crisis guys are going to mop up the rest of the commandos down this area of the board. So, we move now into Beanie's turn 2. So here we are after Beanie's turn 2 movement, and he has fallen back from the hatchway over here. Probably a sensible position given who's on the other side and the bonuses they get to wounding when you're next to a hatchway. And he's put his breaches onto Overwatch over here. Farsight has also fallen tactically withdrawn, I should say.
Thank you.
Out of combat over here, and allowed his crisis bodyguards to gain some of the glory for the greater good, or not, as it would be for him, and allowing them to annihilate them.
He does love the greater good.
Does he?
He just thinks that the ethereals are shit.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
He's right.
Yeah, they are really horrible. And the other Breacher squad has moved over here, still capping that objective, but now are aiming down the hallway and have also been put
Did I tell
on
you about
Overwatch.
the ethereal that just makes a diplomat stab
Oh,
themselves
yeah,
in the throat just because he was slightly displeased with what he said? Now kill yourself. So
I mean,
what?
Seems totally reasonable, to be fair.
Just so rude.
So a lot of movement's been going on.
Yeah,
but
so
there
we've
are
got
still
2 Overwatches set.
But the real combat is going to be over here because I'm sure that my boys with no invulnerable saves can save up to flamers, plasma shots, and burst cannons.
Missile pod.
Missile pods. Oh, baby. I may as well just take them off the table, but I won't. I will make Beanie roll for them.
Thank you.
Okay, so what are you going to start with? The flamers?
Yes. So it's 3d6 plus 6.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 6, 7 plus 6 is 13.
Oh, dear God.
5,
This is
7,
going too smart.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, because we are Farsight enclaves for the other guns
as well.
Yeah, so I'm going to be re-rolling 1s to wounds.
Yep.
And I can re-roll 1 other wound roll because I'm the Farsight enclaves.
Sure thing. So we're looking at 5s to wound, but you can re-roll them, and you've generated another hit out of that. So how many are we looking at there?
And I can re-roll 1 of these because of the
sure.
Farsight thing.
Nice.
Cool. So it's that many. So 3, 6, 9, 10.
Any minuses?
Nope. So it's 10 5-ups.
10 6-ups, I believe.
10 6-ups.
You know what?
Say
Yeah, you know what? I think that's pretty fair right there. I was like, I looked at the dice in my hand and I was like, come on, Jules, even on your luckiest day in the world, which this is not, given my rolling so far, it was not going to happen. So yes, the Commandos have been torched to a crisp. Their spores have now blasted against the wall over here.
We are the Ork hunters. We have melted every last molecule of your filthy mushroomy body.
Amazing stuff. So that's been the shooting phase. Any charges to make? Probably not, because there is none. So that means that it moves over to my turn 2.
God, they're going to get mullered, aren't they?
So here we are after my turn 2 movement, and there has been some Overwatch damage to take. I took a wound from the flash gits moving around the corner here and taking a load of shots from the breachers, and I took 2 models from this commando squad over here from this unit of breachers. I decided to come around rather than go through because otherwise Beanie would have got more shots against my boys and it would not have been bueno. So that's all of my movement done. I've opened the hatchway with this group of commandos over here. I'm not feeling a charge because of who's around the corner there.
Hello.
So I may wait to see how this unfolds, but still, I am here, and I believe I'm within 3, so I may actually be... You are troops, aren't you? So
yes.
If I can kill you, then I'll be holding this objective,
yes.
which would be great for me. So, goes into the shooting phase, and it's only the flash gets to shoot. The first time that they've ever shot on the channel. So it's going to be these 2 shooting down the line, and then the captain gets +1 to his hits because of his Git Finder squig that he's got on him. So he'll actually be hitting on 3s.
3s as a space marine.
It's ridiculous. So we're going to do the shots from the regular guys first, and then the captain will shoot his shots. So hitting on 4s with the other guys.
Oh, wow.
Not bad. Strength 6, so it'll be 2 to wound.
2s to wound.
And then it's -2, 2 damage apiece. Ooh, that is 3 dead breachers, I imagine.
No, they got 4-up saves, so 6s.
Made 1, fell 2.
I'll take it.
And then the captain with his Git Finder squig hitting on 3s. He hits you all 3 times.
Heart.
Then does he wound you on the 2s? He only wounds you 2 times. You know what? I'm going to be greedy and use the CP that I got earlier on to reroll that into a biggie. So that is another 3.
Nope,
No, so the breacher squad has been obliterated by the shrapnel that has just been ricocheting down the hallway. I like to think that they're firing just like everything that they could get their hands on, like rockets, laser rifles, bits of old shoe. You know, it's just, who throws a shoe?
Who throws a shoe?
But still, the end result is the same. Everyone is dead. Over here, no shooting, but we're going to move into the charge phase with these guys. The commandos are going to declare a charge around the corner into the breacher squad over there. Will they make it in? With a 4, 5, 7?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool, so they are in there. No charges to make on the other side. So let's see how the commandos do against the breachers. The commandos tear apart 3 of the breachers, but now they get to fight back. Combat Tau, yells Beanie in his mind, if not from his
in my
mouth.
mind. Yeah, so the leader was over there, so they're going to get a whole 2 attacks.
Yeah!
Hits with 1.
Damn it!
Oh yes, wounded on 5s.
Oh,
Easy
God
beats.
damn it. And AP on this is...
0.
And I don't even make it, you know, so they actually destroy one of my
That's going to
commandos.
affect your morale as well.
That is actually. I'm kind of annoyed about that. And speaking of which, we both need to take morale for our
So
troops
you spent
here.
1 CP.
I did indeed.
So I'm going to spend the 2 CP for
insane bravery.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7. I have failed, so one goes. Does the other one run? He does. Wow, so the commandos have actually gone from that area. I'm going to have to decide which side of the ship I need to focus on now. Boo, Ernst, the dice have been against me today. This has been rude.
Yes, they have. I'm just enjoying it.
But still, that is the end of my turn 2. I have 2 units left on the field, and now it's Beanie's turn to counter-attack. So here we are at the end of Beanie's turn tree, and or the beginning of his turn tree, but the end of his movement phase. Get your words right, Jules. And he has tactically withdrawn once more. Farsight has whispered some commands rather than bellowing them down the hallways for these boys here to regroup, hold on to the objectives, and make sure that they just get the command points or the victory points that they need. So both fallen back, both been set to Overwatch, also fallen back, set on Overwatch. So that's basically it. There's no shooting, there's no combat, there's no nothing. I'm going to have to bring the fight to him in my turn 3. So, at the end of my movement phase, I decided to abandon this objective with the commandos who moved up. They took some shots from the overwatch of the breaches over there, but no bodies were taken. And over here, the flash kits have moved up with an advance, and now they are controlling that objective over there. So my game plan is to try and get both Omega points, because there's a tasty 10 extra victory points each command phase. So now, there's no shooting phase. It all comes down to the charge. It is going to be these guys over here into the breachers. It is a 7-inch charge.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that they're in. So let's get you boys in there and see how you fare. So it ended as we might have expected when you've got all of those lumbering brutes smashing and chopping their way through. So the breaches are out of there. I now control both Omega objectives going into Beanie's turn quattro. He's got to try and remove me, otherwise I'm going to get an extra tasty 10 points next turn. In fact, I should get, if he doesn't control another objective, I'll get 15 on the primary and another 10, so 25. So he's got to move quick.
I do.
So, Commander Farsight, enraged by the tactics displayed by the Orks, has charged around the corner. He rolled a 6 on his advance, so he's stormed around here, bringing his tree with him, and now he gets to shoot with his massive plasma gun, but it will be hitting on 3s, is that right, because he advanced, and it's an assault weapon?
That is correct.
Okay, it's still not bad, though. 2 shots with the Big Bang Bazinga Beam Gun.
Ooh, actually, if I just bless, because it's Crisis... Oh, no, it's Crisis Core unit,
yeah.
so we can't. So, so 2 shots, hitting on 3s, and I got 1 CP.
2 big hits.
So it's going to be killing on 3s.
Nice. 2 of these guys dead. 1 was already wounded on that one there, and the other one's going to have to come off of someone who can see. So I'm going to take it on the captain, weirdly enough, because of the fact I won't fail morale, but now we're still holding the objective over there. I think that's probably the better of the two.
But it does mean that you are no longer holding that, so you're not going to get all those additional
Yes,
points.
this is very true. Do I get, what was the minus on it? It was -4, was it?
-4,
for
yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was no way I was going to save that then. Cool, not bad
So that
at
means
all.
you're only going to score 5 points instead of 25
Yeah, I know,
points.
right? Okay, so that is the end of your turn quattro, is it?
Yes, so I would have scored 5 at the start.
Just
I was
the
only
5?
I was only holding the 1.
Yes, sir. And now I will be scoring at the beginning of my turn a mighty 5 Binto Pointos. So believe it or not, there's not much to do over here. The commandos have to stay on that objective in order to score me some points. The only person left alive to do anything is the guy wielding a snaz gun over here. He's going to shoot everything into Commander Farsight and then go in for a charge, because why not?
Why not?
Why not? He might be able
I've got
to punch
2
him.
CP.
Oh dear me. So hitting on 4s, I'm going to
Reroll
that one. And re-roll CP.
Use a CP.
One
so
hit.
1 through.
That's all he needs, mate. And then it's going to be 6s on 6s.
6s on 5, so it's 3s.
What is it?
And you roll the 1.
Oh, come on,
And you've
man.
already spent your CP.
Okay, so let's do a charge in against him. He's in there, and he's only going to move just a little bit.
Yeah, it's
that
into
one.
the door.
And
so 3 attacks.
3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh, he hits 3 times.
So winning on 5s.
Winning on 5s. Oh, I'm going to spend my re-roll here for my last CP.
Okay.
Nope, so it's 2 saves to make, minus nothing.
So 3 ups.
Ah, boo
And now
words.
he's going to fight back.
Yeah, fair enough. I may just remove him from the battlefield here.
Yeah.
So that is the end of the game because there is no way that I can win on that bit there. Oh, it was a desperate plight, I tell you, but my dice just failed me again. I had all the right moves, but just the wrong rolls. And losing Snickrot turn 1 definitely didn't help at all.
No.
What a great game, though. It's great to have you back, Beanie, and it's great to see Commander Farsight. And I would have said Snickrot in action, but he never really got the chance. But don't worry, because I'm sure that he'll be slinking his way aboard more Gulo Dank battles in the coming future. Now, I know that I did promise you guys in the last video that there was going to be the Naughty Nun was going to be the focus of the next one here, but that's going to take a little bit more time to sort out. I need to come up with a proper narrative. What's the word? Gyration, we'll say. And so I need to think about how we're going to set up.
Choice of words.
Yeah, no, we're going to set up that custom match. So next week we'll have hopefully the Naughty Nun will be in action as we try out some Kill Team stuff. So that's been it for us today. Hope that you enjoyed it. If you want to follow us on the social medias, you can follow Beanie over on Instagram at
Beanie40k.
and you can follow lovely hat by the way, Beanie.
That's right.
And you can follow me over on Instagram at RetroJ, but the O is a 0. Hope to see you over there. But until next time, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.